gather the data first, gather it first, clear it properly. That's his first role, override. Let you gather data properly. Second, faith as a mental state is really joyous. Okay? It has this superpower. You feel the joy. Yes or no? Yes. You don't sound very joyous. How many of you totally agree with me? Yes! Yes! Ask me. Very joyous, right? And you know what is so powerful when it's very, very joyous? It keeps you going. Every time you're like, oh, who's single? Yes. Okay, I think I can. It keeps you going. And for some people, this joy can be so powerful, it's like crying. Oh, so beautiful. Wow. That's very good. Okay, number three. The balance right. The issue, because you recognize it, you must be able to pick. This is a tricky part. On the one hand, the number must pick and reflect. On the other, cannot block. Okay, you can think, reflect, but you cannot block it from coming in properly. You see how tricky it is? Not easy, not easy. Okay. Okay. Something. Actually, there are a lot more. I can literally spend on it on faith. There's a lot more there. But this is enough for you. Just know what it is supposed to be. Okay? And you read the chapter that I spent a lot of time writing that chapter of faith. How do you cultivate? How do you bring it out? How do you strengthen it? What does it feel like? And so on and so forth. So you all have a book. Read the chapter of faith. Something. Okay? Okay. I have one more slide which is a question. If you see, it shows a lot of enthusiastic question. This is exploration of okay. Unless you have a burning question. Any burning question? Burning. Okay, come, let's burn.
It's not a burning question. I'd like to ask you a PDF version of the book that you watched.
Yes. You go online, my name and books, you get a page where they have all the, not Brother Lim's printed copy, but the earlier copy. They all were printed earlier. And if you have the PDF, EPUB, I think it's only EPUB in PDF version, in that website. Okay? Alright, everyone? Yes. Oh, the foundation course, it's in June. Oh, was there right there? Oh, very well. It starts in June after PGF retreat. PGF retreat is 17th to 22nd. That weekend, it starts. It's a 3-month course every Saturday afternoon. 2 to 5. So 22nd June onwards for 3 months. You sign up online because I assume you're not flying down every Saturday. It's online and on site. Before I came here, I had no idea of okay, mindful. The next slide is very fast. Okay, the next slide is the next two slides very fast, and then I need to get to the last slide, which is on supper. And that one I need to spend a little bit of time. Okay, are we all in? And the ladies, okay. Okay, what about practical questions now? Anybody has question? What you want to ask? And then we don't have question at the end. Ask your questions now. Now ask you to ask the one to ask. Ask. Tomorrow's class will be long. Tomorrow will be Samadhi. And Samadhi is a good time to clarify your doubts and your understanding. Okay. Sila. What is Sila? No Sila, no Samadhi, no Samadhi, no enlightenment. If you do not have wholesome mental state as a habit, if you don't have wholesome mental state as a habit, as a state, if you, for whatever reason, always very anxious, very fearful, easily restless, lazy like anything, must sleep, rest, lazy. They're not bad, they're not evil, right? They're not cruel or anything. But these mental states, they will shake your sila. When they shake your sila, Samadhi will come. Okay? And this is a conversation between Ananda and Buddha. Ananda said, asked Buddha, what is the purpose and benefit of sila? And Buddha said, Ananda, the purpose and benefit of sila is not to regret. Sing, light, no regret. What's the purpose of non-regret? Why do you need non-regret? So that you can experience joy. And what's so important about joy? Joy comes rapture. And why was it rapture? With rapture, you have tranquility. Okay, whatever it is, I put them all together, actually they come together. Okay? Essentially, when you are peaceful, you are happy, you are light. This is the condition. These mental states are necessary condition for Samadhi. Okay? The Buddha said, you want the mind to go quiet, to go still. You have the stillness of the mind. It has to have joy. It has to have peace, happiness. Okay? Why do you need Samadhi? The Ananda asked. So that you can see knowledge and vision of things as they really deep, pleasurable transient you feel sad. But the painful one also transient. You can sound okay? Okay. Wait. And then of course the anatta, the selflessness nature of aggregates, which I yesterday afternoon completely see. Not that almost died, then your The Buddha said to use 4 objects to focus attention on, right? Body, feeling, mind. The last one, he said, Dhamma. Okay? And sometimes you will see the translated words as mental, phenomenal, mental states, mind states, many translations. I prefer to use the word Dhamma. Actually, they are mental states, but I use the word Dhamma. The Buddha used the word Dhamma, I believe, is because these mental states, he framed them, he collected them in sequence. Okay? And we want to memorize that sequence. You want to memorize how he stacked them. Repeat, he stacked those mind states in a certain way. Memorize how he stacked. I will explain why. Okay? The very first one, hindrances. Hindrances. Sorry. The first of the 5 is hindrances. So you see, you look at how he said. You look at the Dhamma, you look at it like this. Okay? In terms of the 5 hindrances. When a sensuous desire is there, he knows there is sexual desire here. If it's not there, he knows it's not there. So point 1, you know or you don't know the presence of an akusala. Hindrance are 5 hindrance, right? The first one, sensuous desire. Second one, ill will. Number 3, sloth and torpor. Number 4, restlessness and worry. 5th one, doubt. Doubt. Vichikicca or skeptical doubt. There are 5 hindrances which you must know, present or absent. You know for yourself. Okay? And following that, how it arises, how they fade. How comes to be arising. It's not there. Then why did it appear? Then now that it is there, how do you let it go? So that's the second one. One is there or not. 2 is, it wasn't there, right? Then it appeared, you know how it comes to be. And how did you let it go? 3. The 4th one won't happen again. No more future arising. Okay? What it means here is reflection. The requirement here for you to know what to do when the hindrance is there, you must reflect. How did this come up? How did this come out? I give you some idea how it would come out. You thought about it. You remember. Suddenly you recall. Okay? How does it persist? You keep thinking about it. So I am not, if sensuous desire, I want you all to remember a beautiful tune you like. Go. You recall the tune. Now the tune got stuck. It wasn't there. Then it came out. So you recall. Why did you recall that tune? Because of pleasure. I love this tune. So my pleasure caused me to remember that tune. Meanwhile, something is not there. How did it come up? So if you are okay, you're meditating, you're feeling really good, suddenly anger arises. must you do? Reflect. How did this anger arise? So actually, the Buddha expects you to be reflecting. Of course, a lot arises, you reflect. But you don't stop there. You must continue to how will it no longer arise? How do you let it go? Abandoning it. How does it dissipate? How it will not come up again. So it won't come again when you're not attached. You will not have anger of someone when your heart is completely forgiven. So then you must remember forgiving leads to let go. Do you understand? You want to learn for yourself how an unwholesome mental state arise, how the unwholesome mental state fade, how this unwholesome mental state no longer arise. The how. So you observe the heart letting go, forgiving, embracing or whatever, and then it doesn't come out anymore. You understand? I stop here. This is important, so I wait for you to ask your question. No experiential for now. No experiential for now. You just write down the notes. Okay? Yes. Doris?
You reflect. The reflection will be done.
Wait. Sorry. Grab Lynn is coming.
Just want to find out, the reflections will be done during,
In real time.
in real time. Okay.
When you sit quietly, let's say you are happy, suddenly anger arises. Then you must look. What is it? What triggered that anger? What craving? What wanting? What attachment triggered that anger? Think by mind. In real time as it appears, reflect now. Don't reflect later. Is that answering your question? Okay.
Sister Sylvia, for me, it's like anger doesn't arise out of the blue, it's being triggered
Okay.
So it is like the trigger arise, it's being triggered. So it's outside, not here.
No, it's inside. That's why outside can trigger. If it is not within you to be triggered, nothing will trigger it. That's a very good reflection, inside and outside. We usually say you. But if I don't have a problem with that issue, what you do will not trigger you. It starts with you having an issue with whatever that triggers us. Think by out. But you must know that for yourself. You see it for yourself. So next time, when you say someone triggered you, next time when you see that, right, you quickly ask yourself, what is in here that is triggered by that? That is a good one. What is in here that is triggered by that? Okay. It could be other mental states. It could be other mental states. Like for instance, like I said, I always get triggered when people get bullied. I get triggered. So for me, it's a sense of fair play. My sense of fair play makes it hard for me to observe bullying. Okay? So for me, that's the one. Yoniso Manasikara, put unwise attention on the wrong thing, your anger grows. Put wise attention on the right object, anger diminishes. Okay? Okay, you have a question? Greg.
Well, I'm going to ask you relating to what Sister also said, when you're in meditation, suddenly something pop up. Is it a person, place? The way it came up, because it's from memory, which you feel angry or betrayed. But you still continue to ask, what triggered that on?
No, then you know it's anger. And sometimes you can be very quick to attach. There's attachment. Relax the attachment. Relax. Bring up forgiveness. Let be. Renunciation. Whatever you call it. When you start to say that, the anger, you must watch the feeling gets better. Then you know what leads to the trigger is craving. What settles it is forgiveness. Letting go.
You mean the antidote?
Yes, you must see in real time.
They did use the healing session to subdue.
You can not to subdue, to understand. To displace. Okay? It's not a step, one step, two steps. It's a toolbox. You got a Swiss Army knife. If I were to say use hammer, you know everything also use hammer. So sometimes you will use a screwdriver, sometimes you use a knife. Be wise in how you use. Try and error. Sometimes it works. And if it does not, try a different method. Okay? Okay. We're gonna move on. It's a real time going, real time. Okay? Your mindfulness is sharp, you can catch it. Because you're catching hindrances. Your mindfulness is sharp, for sure you'll catch it. Okay? What's our words that you can be familiar with what triggers. So the word here is how it arises. And understand how to abandon. You will need careful reflection, especially when you're talking about more arising. When your forgiveness is complete, when your letting go is complete, you will not trigger anymore. Okay? I move on now. Okay. No need, on this I don't need to go to the second one. So the first one, we don't have time to belabor the slide, so I'm going to go fast. The first one, aggregate, Vihara's hindrances. First frame. The second one, aggregates. Okay? Second one is aggregates. How are you supposed to look at aggregate? First and foremost, you must know the five. What are the five again? Form, feeling, perception, and chakra, consciousness. Okay? So such is form. Such is form. This is form. This is feeling. You first must recognize what they are. This is perception. Okay? Recognize what they are. Such is arising. It came out. The feeling is prominent. I see feeling. It came out. Then it can fade. It can fade. So it's passing away. Such is feeling. Such it arises. Such it fades away. Such is perception. Such it arises. Such it fades away. So essentially, with regards to aggregates, you should see them and you should see something else. Again and again and again. Okay? What do you pay attention to? Okay, let's look at your body this ways. So when you pay attention to feeling, your attention to body fades. When you start paying attention to ideas, memory, the feeling may fade. Okay? So sometimes it is really to say in real time arises falling away. But sometimes it got displaced. Your attention shifts. You also know that actually at any one time you can only be aware of one at a time. Not that they are not there, it's that you will not focusing attention there. Then you will flip and flop. You will flip and flop. Remember, this practice is about moderating craving. How is this supposed to moderate craving? How? Looking at this rising and fading away of aggregates moderate feeling, or moderate craving. Because it keeps changing now. It keeps flipping and flopping. And because it keeps flipping, your part, that is a part of you that may, even here in this retreat, it may happen. You realize that all experiences is aggregates and they all shift. They keep shifting. They do not shift only when I hold. Then it's a bit more sticky. But otherwise, it will keep changing. When you see life as a series of flipping of pages of aggregates, if you begin to perceive in real time experience, it's just flipping. If you can have this bare awareness knowing, independent and not clinging to anything, as you observe flipping, what will happen? You tell me. Anybody has gone through this before? I repeat, you are watching independent, detached, with just an awareness of shifting and change. So what is happening? I'm not attached. I'm very detached. I'm very relaxed. And I'm just watching, changing, feeling the perception, changing. When you keep watching like this, what will happen to your mind? You go find out for yourself. Not tell you what happened to your mind. Okay? I will just tell you what it's supposed to do. I repeat again, this is what you're supposed to do. You sit, relax, mind inside, sit, relax. It's just bare awareness. There's no attachment. It's very detached. It's very independent. No attachment. And then you're just observing, feeling comes slow, comes slow, form comes slow. It keeps flipping, keeps changing. Just aware of change. Can you imagine? Okay, continue. No need you do any of this thing. Okay, I'm just telling you, you come for a full retreat with Satipatthana, more will be said. But right here, I'm just teaching you the basics. Okay? So, first one is hindrances. Second one, aggregates. 6 sense spaces here. Form is inside or outside? Internal, external, which one? Form is only a few here going external. It's stick with conviction now. The form is up there. External, very good. What's internal? I consciousness. Okay? This eyeball external is the medium through which the light comes in. So it's internal. Okay? But eyeball with no eye consciousness, nothing happens. So there must be eye consciousness. So the eye, external, he knows form. Sorry, internal, he knows form. External. Knows the factor that arises dependent on one teaching. What triggers attachment? You craving for what? Pleasure. Feelings. Okay? The factor that arises always pleasure or pain. Pleasure you cling. Pain you also hold. They say, who holds on to pain? You. I went hold to pain God. You remember, ma? You recall. It's near the mind, it will make noise. So I shall move it away. Okay? When you experience strong feelings, pleasure, or pain, there will be the arising of attachment or aversion. Aversion is the opposite of attachment. That's the factor. If you notice that the feeling is neutral, there is no attachment, no factor. Okay? So I know some of you go for retreats and you're supposed to look at the world of form, see, and then you get very confused. What am I supposed to be seeing? Do you have that? Be honest. Right? See what? I see a lot of things. Factor arising. That's what you never read Satipatthana. That's what you know, the factor that arises dependent on internal, external. Okay? And you must know how that factor drops. How it drops. How there comes to be the arising of unarisen factor. How there comes to be the abandoning of arisen factor. How no more future arising. I know, what is puzzle? How? Factor. How does it come up again? We went through this earlier. How does the factor arise? Pleasure or pain? You are attached to pleasure, averse to pain. If you are neutral to feeling, will there be a factor? Like that, no. How come I ask you a question, you want to answer, then you do on your own? How? If your feelings are neutral, there is no attachment. Then how does the feeling become neutral? You see pleasant or pleasure as impermanent now. Impermanent. 即係搞屎啊！搞到殺雞咁樣。How? Now can you see the dots connecting? Then on your own, it must come out spontaneously. Okay? On your own, at home, must be very instinctive. See my attachment? See I'm chasing after pleasure? So if I chase after pleasure, the girl, then what must happen? See impermanence. See impermanence, see impermanence, see mortality, see impermanence. See buka, then let go, no more arising of factor. Okay? Not easy because habits are sticky. Are the 3 days coming together? Are you getting it? Okay. Almost there, okay? Almost there. Now, so that is the reason why we want to see internal, external. Internal the form, internal the eyes, external the form. You go bring the form in, and then your pleasure and pain, then your attachment then this form becomes your fetter, the form then becomes your fetter. It binds you. Fetter means it gives you no option. You are forced to behave in a certain way. You feel compelled to act as per habit. Then it is a fetter. If you say, I can choose to ignore it, then it is not a fetter. Okay? It's a fetter only when you don't allow, you hold on to it. The form, the sound, smell, taste, touch is the easy one. The mind is the hard one. Let me show you one fetter. You call yourself a parent. You call yourself spouse. You call yourself blood ties. Those ideas are fetters. Okay? They are more powerful fetters than the formula, the hearing, the sound. Those are really powerful. The mind-made fetters are very powerful. Then you may say, then we don't have family. Why do you think the monks left? We lay people hanging around. We didn't leave. So you choose to continue the relationship, but be mindful that the relationship is also mind-held. So you want to be able to appreciate the relationship without it becoming a fetter. Do you understand? I'm not saying you cannot have. I'm saying there must be one part of you that recognize this is also mind-made. My mind saying, this is my mother. I die like my mother. Then you die more. But if you can see that I do have obligations to make sure you're okay. This is my job. I will make sure you are okay. But I will not allow your akusala to affect me. You get it? Outside, live it outside, don't bring it home. All of us have akusala. You're not a practitioner, you will throw it at everyone. If you are a practitioner, you don't throw your akusala out. You try to, relax, let be. You don't go and take it and throw it all over the place and litter the place. So that's one. And two, you're also mindful that other people's akusala, if you have to tackle, you tackle, but you must tackle without bringing it home to your mind and let it fester. And then now affecting your akusala. Okay? You can do your duties, you can do your obligation, but you must be mindful all individuals carry their own karma, all individuals have got akusala. We will help as much as we can. Gets a bit too hard, I'm moving out. Okay, don't go and say, my teacher said you must move out. I didn't, I said you manage first, do your duty first. But don't bring your akusala home. You must know how to tell yourself, 这个是这个，我的是我的, I cannot handle mine, I will handle yours. Will you go around to each other's house to do spring cleaning? It's okay, right? Then why in your mind you must go around to people's spring cleaning? You must ask yourself that. Okay? Okay, alright. And the same goes for all the, remember me on this, I think my explanation better than my written ones. 6 sense bases: form, eyes and form, ear and sound. What else? Nose and smell, tongue and taste, body and touch, mind and mind object. All of them have fetters. Okay? Number 4 is the wholesome mental states. The Buddha was very specific. He only, in this case, he used 7 factors of enlightenment. That's the phrase he used. Okay? Now, I promised you yesterday I will explain it today. I shall sit down and explain. Okay. now. We're going to do the mental states. I talk, you don't experience this whole point. Now I want you to relax. Relax. Okay, we're going to do a nice sitting. Feel your body. Okay? Feel the body. I know, after lunch, so hard. The moment I relax, my mind wants to sleep. I understand. If you have to sleep, sleep. My 2 rules: cannot snore, cannot fall. Okay, relax. Okay? Feel your body upright. This is what you must feel, so that you don't drift. Feel the body upright. Feel the head. Feel the head upright. When you feel the head upright, your mental state straighten, the mind straighten. It's like something pulling your head. So nice. Feel yourself relax. It's upright. Your head is pulled. Stretch, stretch. The head is pulled. Now, if you look at your body, you will see the body breathing. Feel the body breathing. Feel the body relax, breathing. Rising, falling. It's a natural state. Just observe clearly. You see your body relax. You feel content. You feel content. When you have contentment, is there dukkha? This is your answer on the order. When there is contentment, no dukkha. Watching breathing, still watching breathing. You feel the mind is peaceful. Feel happy. Peaceful and happy. This state you are experiencing contentment. You ask yourself, are you inspired by the Dhamma? Do you feel confident about the Dhamma? Do you want to know more about the Dhamma? You will notice, yes. It's very peaceful. I like, yes. Yes, I want to know more. I'm energized. I'm energized to know more about the Dhamma. I'm energized to find out more about the mind. Those of you who are still with me, you will feel joy, feel lightness, feel peaceful. Feel lightness, feel peaceful.
Take your time. Take your time to do this. For this exercise, number one is the wrong eye. How will you fall asleep? But the intent of the exercise is for you to go quiet, to recognize the mental states present. How many of you manage to recognize mental states present? Good? So you can see mindfulness, that's right at the start. Then the enthusiasm, did you see it? Yes, let's do more. How did you feel immediately after that? Joy. You can see these mental states come on by themselves. What is required here is you must recognize the mental states. If you notice for yourself that the mental states flow in a certain way, I establish that mindfulness, I understand the Dhamma, I feel inspired by the Dhamma, there is this light, joy that arises, very subtle. It's feeling a sense of peaceful calmness. All these are milestones, they are steps. They follow one after another in a natural phase. It's natural. Okay? And if you manage to walk with me all the way to equanimity, relax, unattached, present. If you manage to get to this point, you can give yourself 7/7 pass. Okay? This set of 7, they are mental states, and they flow naturally one after another by themselves. Okay? And the final part you will notice is you're very objective, very detached, peaceful, calm, present. You will get to this point. Okay? Then some of you may say, don't be tired, don't be tired. I did that for you. But when you're on your own, when you go quiet, there is mindfulness. Then whatever arises as a recollection, whatever arises for you, that's the Dhamma point to reflect on. What recalls by itself. Then you sit there, okay, now recall, then nothing happens. Nothing happens. Continue to be peaceful. Continue to be peaceful. You may not have gathered enough material for the mind to go, alright, now what should I do? What should I do? Nothing to do, let's go back. Then it's okay. Because ultimately it's about the thing go happy one, you happy, they happy, happy, you happy, I happy, we happy. Okay? Nothing happens. Something happens. It depends on the condition of your mind. Any question here? Yes. Wait, Greg. Okay, so there's one there, there's one here. Any more? No more. Okay.
I'd like to know when you are meditating, observing the mind, is there a time frame that you should observe? Or you just let the mind do whatever it needs to do? Is there a time frame? Do you limit yourself to a certain time?
Don't limit. Ideally, when you say, unless you got appointment, there will be a hard line. Your hard line is enjoy the sitting. Don't set yourself any requirements. Don't have steps. The steps that I taught you earlier, good enough. I repeat the steps for you, broad steps. I repeat for you. Relax the body. Wherever you sit, on the floor, on the chair, on a beam somewhere, I don't care, okay? As long as you can sit upright and feel the body being comfortable. That's the most important. Body comfortable. Step one. This morning I said deep breath in, slow breathe out, right? Breathe out slowly. It is a physiological thing to calm the body down very fast. Not everybody has to do it, but if you are new or you are teaching your family, you are teaching people, the relatively new, very fast way to calm the body down. Deep in, breathe out slowly. Maximum 3 times. Can be 1 time, can be 2 times. Don't do more than 3 times, because then you get hypoxia for the wrong reason. Okay, you just want enough for the body to be relaxed. Then you say, muscles, all your muscles, relax. Relax the muscles. This is to further soften the body. Because when the body is comfortable, the mind is comfortable. Once the mind is comfortable, when the body feels very... You remember this time now I said, feel the head pulling, right? What happened when I say that? Your mind straightened. It becomes sharper and clearer. It's natural. The mind follows the body now. So you don't want to fall asleep, you do this. Then it feels very straight. Okay? The mind will then follow the body. We're using your body to calm the mind down. Then once it's very calm, then you will look at breathing. Feel the breathing, see the breathing in the body. The body is breathing, not you. Any of you find yourself trying to regulate breathing? Very good. Because if you do that, you are jokepo. Body doesn't need you to jokepo. Okay? Leave the body alone, it does its own very thing. And then you can see this rhythmic breathing. You must know the rhythmic breathing well. Enjoy this. Once you get there, mindfulness is established. Okay? This is where mindfulness and Samadhi establish. You can get here, you can sit. How long does one sit? Up to you. If your intent is to rest the mind, relax the body, relax the mind, 10 minutes more than enough to relax the mind. If you want to build Samadhi, build mindfulness for insight, you need longer. You want to go for the insight, you want to make this into a habit, it wires up here, so that in your daily life, this becomes evident. The breathing becomes evident. Okay? Because we're using breathing. I'm not using any other object. I'm using breathing. Don't tell me it's hard. You know it can be done. Today you did it. It is actually very easy. And the benefit of learning to watch breathing well, the benefit is in daily life, you can do practically anything and your mind is peaceful. Because the moment you see the breathing, your mind naturally settles. Can you see that? And breathing is portable, Mom. You got me breathing at home one day. Like your hands were left at home, drop it somewhere. Don't worry, breathing is portable. It follows you everywhere. Like the shuttle that doesn't leave, right? It's everywhere. So, imagine you are cutting vegetables, for those who are cooking, folding clothes, doing laundry, wiping floor, washing car. I know all of you got car, washing car. state of Samadhi. How is that not good? It's very peaceful. Okay? Now we go to step 2. Dhamma Vichaya. You all have collected so much Dhamma nuggets over 3 days. Yes? So much that you cannot remember. Yes? Yes? Cannot apply properly. It's okay. It's okay. Periodically, you try to remember. Periodically, you teach yourself to recall. Okay? You teach yourself that. Because when you recall, the Dhamma Vichaya will happen. It will happen in daily life or in meditation. You don't recall, nothing happens. So then, how do you recall? I give you the frame, right? 7 here, 5 there, 6 there, 3 this, 4 there. Why you think Buddha so happy give you 40 number? It is to help with recalling. So I'm doing exactly what he's doing. 5 this, 4 that, 3 there. It is to help with recalling, you're practicing. When this recalling happens, then in your daily life, it can pop up. It can pop up itself. It pops up when mindfulness is present. Okay? It pops up. So 9 insights. Useful to remember. 9 insights. Remember how it is said and done. Okay? So then it pops up. When it pops up, you're very happy one, for sure. I remember. What's it? Baby or that? Yeah, right? And then you will feel inspired, enthusiastic. That is energy, effort, really energy. Okay? Because you're enthusiastic. You recall, you remember, you're very happy. Energy. When that happens, if it is sustained, your mind automatically becomes happy, light. When it becomes happy, light, it will settle. It becomes peaceful, automatic. Where there is happy and peaceful, it becomes samadhi, still. It settles. If this settles, because you have the right knowledge, right understanding, right recollection, if you do it right here and now, you will feel upeka. Accepting, letting be. It becomes a natural state. It's okay. I accept, I let be. I am not attached. This is a step. This is a step. This is your counting point. Okay, it's a step together. When this step appears, you have the correct condition for awakening. This step. Okay? If this step doesn't appear together, it's okay. It means more practice, more cultivation. It will happen. It will happen at the weirdest time. Years back for me, it happened when I was pulling clothes out of the cupboard. Okay, the very first time this struck me, I was pulling clothes out of the cupboard. Then you still remember. I don't remember the clothes, I remember at the cupboard. I said, how can you remember? Because Sati was strong. When Sati is very strong, when the clarity is there, you will remember. How can you forget a Dhamma moment? Can you forget what happened to you here today? Your sitting and your experiences? You cannot. These are all Dhamma moments. You never forget a Dhamma moment. Okay? Years back when you become famous, some autograph is famous really. When it happened, Samadhi Vihara. At 1:45. Alright? Suddenly, brother, be very proud of you. Yeah. You bring yourself famous, you get a picture of this very like, he will be like that, like that. So again, we're going to move on. Sorry.
Yeah, actually it relates to what you said just now on the baker. Because when you were doing the short practice just now, when you guided us, the joy comes out, the tranquility is there. But when you move to the baker, the mind refuses to move. So it's like because, I don't know, it's like you're staying there, or do you have to direct the line?
To direct it, let the mind be. As long as there's clarity, just stay with clarity.
So it may take a while, so just short term.
Sure. Because it wants to settle, the mind wants to settle. The mind actually wants to settle. Your mind doesn't settle because you're so anxious, there's so many things to disturb your mind. When you have a lot of things pulling at your mind, tugging at your mind, disturbing it doesn't settle. But when you go into the Dhamma, you learn to be wholesome, you learn to let be, you learn to accept, the mind will settle. It's actually a natural state. It's a natural state. Not to shake all over the place. Okay? The natural state of the mind is just aware and present. But when we have a lot of things we want, so you remember I started off saying about the pleasure. We spend our entire life chasing after pleasure, so it took us further and further and further away from a settled mind. But when you see for yourself the very first time the mind settles, peaceful, calm, relax, show it off. It feels so wrong to say show to say show. See as it is, say as it is. It feels really good. Actually, it's a natural state. That's the natural state. But our desire, our wanting, our chasing, pull it out of that state. So literally speaking, we have a what is going on. We go and mess up our own mind. Otherwise, it's actually very peaceful. Have you seen a baby? The baby, before it learns all the pleasures of life, it will play with its toes. It keep go by itself. Then for the ones who are more ignorant, got pins around. No, the baby's in the natural state of mind. Okay? It's in the natural state, it will go by itself. Then if your baby always crying, your baby got born with a lot of desire. Okay, your baby born with a lot of desire, a lot of anger, agitation. Like that, all happy, all. So you all, if you're all born as human, you'll be the cuddling habit baby with the play with toes. That's why you have to play with toes. Okay? Okay, I'm going to end here and then we take a break. You see, the noble truths. If your mind, actually there is a flow there, right? What's the first one? Nivaranas. The second one, aggregates. The third one, sense bases. The fourth one, factors of enlightenment. 7 factors of enlightenment. Actually, in our practice, we should be moving towards a wholesome mind. Okay? In a wholesome mind, there is 7 factors of enlightenment. 7 factors, 7 conditions of the mind. If you are in that state, the 7 factors factors of enlightenment, if you're in that state where you have the 7 mental states are present, follow truth is a breeze for you. The 4 noble truth becomes the way of life. Otherwise, we are trying very hard to remember the first noble truth, remember the second noble truth. You don't see it. You don't see the noble truth operating within your aggregates, your daily life. So you see, imagine you're very mindful. Okay, now imagine. You're very mindful. You're very relaxed. You are somewhat detached. Can you see craving arising? Yes or no? You will be able to see craving arising. You will see craving. Minimally, you see craving present. Minimally, you see craving there. Yes? Then automatically, what would you do? You're very ubeka there. You are the class practitioner now, okay? You are the class. Okay? You are the Yaya Papaya practitioner, okay? Mindful, walking on the ground, walking on the cloud, breathing, relax. cessation of dukkha. What are you experiencing there and then? Dhamma, the teaching, it is full glory. You laugh, but you get it. You get it, right? It is not that difficult, is it? It is not that difficult. You will straight away feel that go to the back to happy state. Every problem in life, mind-made. At some point, you will realize that you're on track now, on track. See, you already got here. As good as it gets. Okay, everyone? Everyone's okay? Now you understand how it is done? You cannot remember everything, but you understand what it means. So when videos are ready, you will hear it again, you hear it second time, hear it third time, you will be practitioner of the first order. Already by today, all by today. The stream, enter, yeah! Right? Everyone will do that, okay? No, seriously. Did you know what the stream actually means or not? Do you know what it means? The stream, what is the stream? The Noble Eightfold Path is the stream. This is a conversation between the Buddha and Sariputta. And the Buddha said to Sariputta, the stream, what is the stream? The Noble Eightfold Path is the stream. This is Q&A tested by Buddha, okay? You need tested by me. Poor Sariputta cannot tested by Buddha, okay? Then Sariputta went, the stream. It is the Eightfold Path. Then the Buddha, who's a stream enterer? One who abides in the Noble Eightfold Path. Okay? Then what are we doing today? Guiding you all on how to abide in the Eightfold Path. So when it becomes natural state for you, then you enter that stream. But then your pattern can be enter, test, water, come out. So then what you are doing is testing water. Testing water, okay? Then you like the water already, go in and stay there. Then you are into the stream. Alright, we take a break. There's something very interesting about fading away of pity. Pity fades away. So the body, you're letting go of that body. By the third, your body starts to fade away. Okay? And you are very accepting. When the word equanimous appears, it means you're accepting contentment, very powerful, mindful, so clear, clarity. And you still experience that deep contentment and joy. You still experience it. So the third, very pleasurable. And this unique part comes in, enters and dwells in the third, which the Noble One declared. He is the equanimous, mindful one who dwells happily. Actually, when you get to the third jhana, this is how the Arya experiences life. For you, it happens in a meditation, right? You're sitting, you're Samadhi sitting. But for the Arya, the ones with no craving, this is how they experience life. So when you see a monk, a practitioner, who is very peaceful, very light, yang also will if they were to wear chaki, also got no sound. It's very peaceful, they are like floating like that. You must have seen, right? Some of these sound girls, so peaceful, right? You go near them, you go, wow, so nice. I just sit in that room like that. The odds are these are really our sangha, okay? Because and they will almost stifle their ego. Stifle, meaning they will burst out, meaning must like relax, peaceful. One is not. The Arya Sangha, at some point, they live like their mind is very light. And they live in a state of joy. So when you go into a state where it's very still, very quiet, very peaceful, and you feel this deep sense of contentment, you are experiencing what they experience in daily life. A taste of it, you get a glimpse of it. For us, you sit, you meditate, it happens. You get up, you go into the world, oh, you're off, from there, that is how they experience their life. That's why this phrase comes up. This is my interpretation. I must clarify, this is my interpretation. It's the only one where it says, where the noble ones declare, he is the equanimous mindful one who dwells happily. So for them, what are the dominant mental state? Equanimity, clear mindfulness, and a happiness, happy mind. I put in a funny word for me, not for you. It's as if you understand. Upeka satima sukha viharati. Upeko, equanimity. Satima, very mindful. Sukha, happiness. Viharati, living. They live happily, mindful and equanimous. Okay, that's what it means. I put it in because I love this expression. It's so beautiful. So whether you understand it or not, right? It's given to you because it's, for me, I read this, I'm very joyous. It's very happy. Okay? And finally, with the abandoning of pleasure, okay, so they become pure upeka. Pure. Upeka means no attachment to feeling at all. No attachment to feeling at all. Completely detached from feeling. So they let go of pleasure and pain, which is the body, and the mind, the joy and injection, which is the mind. Let go of everything, all feelings. When they can accept feeling as it is without attachment, the mind slides into the fourth. The translation by Buddha to me, it's hard to understand. The Pali word is easier to understand. Upeka sati, equanimity, mindfulness, pure. What is it? Pure upeka, pure mindfulness. But the translation, purification, mindfulness, and equanimity, harder for me to appreciate. So I bring it apart. It's just pure mindfulness, pure upeka, equanimity. All very, so they experience this thin layer. It's like awareness, but very clean, like water. Sometimes people describe like water. Okay? Just take it, huh? Okay. Everyone okay? This is the jhana. What is the jhana? Mental states. It's a whole bunch of mental states. And the mental state must come together. If one missing, it is not a jhana. Then how do you know? You don't know mental states then? You must know the mental states at present. If you don't know, it means your mind's not clear enough. You don't have something samadhi. You're not clear enough. So when you sit, for those of you whose mind goes very still, your next challenge is recognize what mental states are present. Recognize them one by one. Is this what is required? Well, it will help in your practice knowing what's present here and now. And some of the best practitioners can do that. Sari Buddha was asked by the Buddha, he can describe every state state of the jhana with all the details and those things present. Okay? These are the non-negotiable. Each jhana will have those things. Okay? Take 5. Earlier on, I spoke of pleasant abiding. Right? The first one, Samadhi, is a pleasant abiding. For the mind to experience pleasure and joy and peace and calm. Okay? That's the first it's first deliverable for Samadhi. Samadhi can lead to pleasant abiding. The second one, Samadhi can lead to the development of psychic powers. This obtaining knowledge and vision. I'll be quite frank with you. Initially, I puzzled over this because I've never done this. I puzzled over this a lot. And I consulted Bhante Buddharakita, who told me that he had consulted Bhante Buddha. So we are actually, I'm sharing with you what I learned from Buddharakita and Bhante Buddha. And this refers specifically to the development of psychic powers. And the bhikkhu attending to the perception of light is the light that appears in the mind. If he were to focus his attention on that, over time he will develop the psychic power. I repeat, I never do this. Do not ask questions on this because I will give you the email address. Go ask him yourself. Okay? And if you say that, oh, this is my one, sorry, you're in the wrong class. Okay? But I'll read to you, attends to the perception of light, focuses on the perception of day, thus, as by day, so at night. As at night, so by day. So the light, I am guessing, that the light in the mind is so bright that day or night makes no difference. Okay? Day or night, it is the light is so bright. This is what I think they call it ether. Okay? It develops, it does with a mind open and covered, it develops a mind with luminosity. This is the development of Samadhi that leads to knowledge and vision. They see the world beyond and form knowledge from that insight. Get it? Okay, everyone? Not okay, so okay. Then number 3, I can tell you already. Okay? Mental clarity about the impermanence of feeling, perception, and thought. It's very specific. What is the development of Samadhi that leads to mindfulness and clear comprehension? The bhikkhu knows feelings as they arise, as they remain, as they disappear. They know perception as they arise, as they remain, as they disappear. They know thoughts, as shankara, as they arise, remain, and disappear. So what this is about, this is about in real time, seeing directly for yourself, feeling comes and go, perception and impression comes and go very fast. Right? You judge, you make a judgment call, right? You judge others. You judge, the moment you judge, it comes and that's it. The idea appears and can fade, idea fade, or idea stay. But it stays when you hold. When you don't hold, it fades. As soon as they arise, it fades. Then, like that, Okay. And you want to have the clarity about impermanence. Impermanence of the experience. Okay? And finally, number 4, what is the development of Samadhi that leads to destruction of the things? And here you reflect. When they use the word contemplating, it is reflecting. Reflecting on when the form is there, how it comes about, how it fades away. Likewise for feeling and perception and knowledge information. Then you may say, how is this different from the other one? This one, you know, such is form, such is arising, such is fading away. You are not just looking real time and experience. You are understanding why and how the experience arises and why and how the experience fades. So anger arises, anger fades. That's the earlier version. Why anger arises then? Why did it arise? Because I cling onto something. Then when does it fade? When does anger fade? When my clinging fades. So over here, you are seeing the 4 noble truths of the 5 aggregates. The noble truths of the aggregates for the destruction of the carcass. Okay? And if for whatever reason you say, we are not there yet. Not there yet, it's okay. Maybe 2 years' time you'll be there. Okay. Oh, don't need to take 5, you take maybe 5. Now I give you a chance to talk. Surprise, surprise, we actually can finish on time. This is the second last slide, okay? Surprise, surprise. That's because I chiong on some of the slides. Okay, I want you all to reflect on this line. Shrouded by ignorance, fettered by craving. Now, for the first time today, discuss. Take a step back, relax, look at this word, shrouded by ignorance, fettered by craving. Okay? You want me to explain or you want to discuss? It's supposed to be practiced there. It's the 3-day worth of talk. It's a 3 days worth of talk. We make choices and we live life. It's not as if life began with the mom. We live our regular life in our regular way. Do we have wisdom? Do we have right view? We don't follow the truths and we don't have it. We don't have right thought. Our instinct is not to forgive, let go, accept, content. Our instinct is to grab, to fight, to show. Right? That's our instinct. So we are shrouded means can't see properly. We can't see properly because we are too caught up with pleasure and pleasure pursuit. We never really take a step back and say, wait, what's going on in our mind? Even when we are very stressed, we still want to fight the stress. Let's see psychologists. If the psychologist is not a Buddhist practitioner, you know, just give you medicine to blind you further. Then we get all stressed out, all agitated, then you die. They born again, start again. That is what happened. We don't really know how to manage the mind. And we don't really know how to manage the mind because we don't have that knowledge. We don't have that understanding. We don't have that realistic check. So shrouded by ignorance. The more knowledge. Then you more knowledge go around and not trying to do the right thing. But you always end up a little bit of a hit and miss. On a good day, we seem to hit it, right? Hey, peaceful, then it doesn't last. Let's start again. Okay? Fettered by craving. There is this state, the craving state, it's really tight, it ties us down. So you are dealing with two handicaps. The handicap of ignorance, lack of knowledge, and the handicap of a habit to crave, to want. And both of them will work together to keep us going on and on in the birth. Okay? The lack of knowledge means you don't know what to do. Then you fall back on habit, which is craving. And craving will tie you down, tie you to a habit. Okay? So what are we doing? We are opening the Dhamma eye. We are learning to understand the nature of the mind. Understand how dukkha is a given as long as there is craving. So we learn to moderate craving. But you moderate craving by recognizing what you are craving is impermanent. As long as it's craving, because it's impermanent, it's dukkha. And we are learning to see all these experiences as conditionally a reason, not self. By finally all these pieces coming together, they click. You're okay. When they click properly, now I gave you the pieces. Okay? I've given you the pieces. Then with some guidance, you can give the right answer. Then left on your own devices, everybody come running home. I don't know how. Slowly remember what was said earlier. Okay? I'm going to stop talking. You're still watching me happily. I'm going to stop talking. Can I invite you to write in your own book, journal, or whatever, your reflection. Your own reflection. What's one thing I learned in this retreat? Okay? That's your topic. What's one thing I learned in this retreat? One thing I have learned in this retreat. Some of you, very good student, you, I got so many there. Write them all down. What's the so many things I have learned in this retreat? And you write and you write and you write, then you circle the one that makes you the happiest. Don't worry too misconceptions that we hold, the delusional thoughts and habits. We learn about non-self. That's the first day. Second day, we learn some techniques to deal with the akusala. Why does akusala happen? Feeling, perception, narratives. How can I deal with akusala? Deal with the feeling, perception, narratives. We had some ideas about narratives, 5 types of treatment. We learned about Vihara. That's day 2. Day 3, we learned about 9 insights. 9 insights. We also learn about how gathering collection of mental states makes the mind happy and still. We spend quite a bit of time looking at the path of liberation. Mental states that we need to cultivate. Ask you to write initially, and you don't know what to write. Suddenly, so many things to say. It's a good job. Very good job. I'm telling myself, instead of clearly nobody pay attention, really focus writing. Are you okay? Okay. Next. What is the one thing I will start doing? For you, it might take away. What is one thing I will start doing? And what is one thing I will stop doing? Actually, this part is called KSS. I forgot the first one. Keep doing, start doing, stop doing. But never mind, we just do one thing I will start doing, one thing I will stop doing. everyone? Okay. Let me share the final slide. It's a final slide. It is this final slide is come from the Buddha's teaching, but it didn't come from a specific sutta. It's been printed by Sylvia Bay. No, it's actually it's me sharing with you my own practice. What I do. I call it the 5 R's. Okay? First, you need to remember. One reason why I make you write what is it that you remember, what's your takeaway, is because you can practice only what you can remember. And the Buddha himself said, recollect, recall. Recall, the Buddha himself said, you must recall the Dhamma. Recall, then you reflect. You cannot recall, there's nothing to reflect. So all the things that I've said over the last 2 days, surely you cannot recall 100%. The slides come in, it will help. The videos come in, it will help. But right here and now, you have to get started, right? You wasted 3 days of your life coming for this, or not wasted, invested 3 days of your life coming for this. You want to have something great that you can straight away use. So what you can recall, you can reflect. Okay? You can reflect, you must be able to relate your reflection to your daily life. This is the application part. My focus in this reading workshop was to provide you with material for you to reflect and relate. You cannot relate the Dhamma is dead. It still stays as book knowledge. You can relate, you can connect what you are learning to a daily life experience that's relating. The best way to learn anything and to get it is to get to at least this point, relating it. And this is minimal. All this while, you have gone for classes, you have done a lot of things. All this while, did you manage to get to here? If you didn't manage to get here, it will explain why you're still checking out. You're still learning, you're still going from one teacher to another. Because you never got to the point of relating the teaching to your daily life. Okay? So that's the third one. The fourth one is to realize. So now you have your own takeaway. I can connect. I call this the aha moment. In some of my earlier retreats, I always talk about the micro aha moments, micro insights. This is the realizing, oh, got it. I see, I understand. I understand. When you get to this point, you will never forget the Dhamma you caught a glimpse of. Okay? You never got to this point, the Dhamma always remain over there. Okay? You have to get to this point. This is what the Buddha you know when you do your chanting, Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehi Basiko Upanaiko Pachatam Vedi Tapu Vinuhiti, to be realized by the wise of himself. This is to realize, spoken of. Then Sanditiko is reflect, relate, realize, all of them. Okay? I find this a separate thing. The Dhamma has to come alive from you recognizing a connection between the Dhamma and your daily life, means, the so what of the moment. 明白哦? Any question up to here? Got one more. The rejoicing has two parts. A rejoicing means you got it and you're happy. It's very inspiring. The happiness, the happy moment gives you this sense of meaning. And it builds memory. When you are happy, you will remember better. So the rejoicing moments, whether it's in your sitting, in your daily reflection, when you feel you got it, oh, the joy that surges, powerful, memorable, unforgettable. May you never forget it inside. Okay? So recalling, let's go through it again. Recalling requires effort on your part. You keep revisiting the information, you will remember better. Okay? To recall, you need to do that. Reflect, relate is to make the Dhamma come alive, relevant to you. So you reflect on what you can recall, you see whether you can see in your daily life. And then you have your insight, your micro insight as to realize, and you have joy. You realize, you say you realize, but you didn't find joy, you realize what? Dhamma realization always very joyous. Okay? Okay, done. Question? Any question? Any question? Don't have? Now, I need you to do something. I'm going to do two things. One, I'm going to invite you, turn to your left, turn to your right. Like the first day when you started, you smile, you greeted each other, saying hi, wish you well. Now I want you to turn to each other